Okay. Hey everyone, let's start electromagnetic theory. Well, when we will start electromagnetic theory, then we must always start with the basics. So, yeah, basics is the coordinate system, the three coordinate systems, that is Cartesian, cylindrical, and spherical. But we will start with Cartesian coordinate system first. Well, you all must be familiar because this is what you must have studied in 11th and 12th. So this is a very basic one, and this you should be able to understand very easily. And this is our Cartesian coordinate system. Well, you must have observed the corners of your room. If you see, there is one wall that is vertical and two horizontal ones. I mean the edges. You can see the edges, one vertical edge and two horizontal edge. And this is how we define our Cartesian coordinate system: x, y, and z axis. Okay, and you can consider the z as out of the paper. Well, then these must be having certain limits. Well, you can go on x from this origin to infinite, or you can go in the negative direction. So if I have to define the range of these Cartesian coordinates, then I'll say they extend from minus infinity to infinity. Same with all others. Well then, after this comes the concept of unit magnitude, unit vector. Well, as you can see from this name, that its magnitude will be obviously 1 because it's unit vector. Basically, it's used to just define the direction in which the vector is traveling. Well, suppose I travel in this x direction, then I'll say it's ax cap. Suppose I travel in y direction, I'll say ay cap. So if I'll ask you what is the magnitude of this ax cap, you will say 1. Unit vector always has one magnitude, and its direction is what is important for us. So basically, how do you calculate it? Well, suppose you have a vector a, then you just divide it by its magnitude. Vector a divided by its magnitude will give you the unit vector. Let me give you one example. Suppose a is equal to 2ax cap plus 3ay cap plus say 3az cap. Then to define its unit vector, I'll divide this by its magnitude. So basically it will be something like this, divided by its magnitude. As you know, it's x square plus y square plus z square, and so this is how you can calculate the unit vector. Well, this is all the basics that you must have studied in 11th 12th. Now let's come to this engineering part. Well, consider a cuboid. Well, the room in which you're sitting is also a cuboid, but let's consider ours. Well, suppose there is a cuboid. Okay, something like this. Well, you can see this cuboid. Well, supposing I have to travel from one end of the diagonal to the other end of the diagonal. Then you can see I have to travel AB, that is along x direction. I have to travel BC, that is along y direction. But in this case, all the coordinates are not being covered. Let me cover Z also. Let me travel to D. Let me travel from A to D. Okay, then I'll travel along Z axis. I'll travel a certain distance in Y axis. I'll travel a certain distance in Z axis. So basically, I'm defining what we call as differential length. Differential length, to calculate this differential length, basically you must cover the entire object, entire object. You must travel the entire object, and in our case, in this Cartesian coordinate system, we want all the three coordinates covered, and that is, if we travel from A to D, then we can see that we are traveling first AB, then BC, then CD. You can tell that this AB distance is the smaller distance, the smaller section of this distance as dx in ax cap direction. A smaller section of this BC as dy ay cap. Similarly for CD. Well, this is how we define our differential length. Well, in questions that will be given to you, you can anytime differentiate it, and then you can find out the length of what is required. Well, this is how you define the differential length in case of your Cartesian coordinate system. Well, then there is another concept. If length is there, then this also has got a surface, as you can see. Suppose I do the naming as A, B, C. Basically, let me write over here C, D, E, F, something like that, G, H. Okay, now let me define differential surface. Well, the surface, you can see A, B, C, E. Similarly, this cuboid has got 6 faces. So, 6 surfaces. So, basically, it will have surface in each direction. Well, another thing about surface is that what will be the direction of a surface? Any surface, suppose you are given, then its direction as a general convention is taken perpendicular to that surface. Okay, so basically if I choose A, B, C, E surface, that is the front face of this cuboid, you can see it's moving outside like in Z direction. You can see it clearly. So basically I'll say its direction is Z, and what will be the area? It's as you know, the this rectangle's area is calculated by AB into BC. AB is certain distance in x direction and BC is certain distance in y direction. So basically I'll say it's dx into dy is the differential surface, but hey, what's the direction? Direction is perpendicular to this surface, something that is perpendicular to x and y, and what is that? That is in the z axis. Similarly, if I consider the surface BC DH, this surface suppose I consider, its direction as you can see is in the x direction, but its surfaces lie in, this is z direction, this is y direction. So I will say differential surface as dy into dz ax cap. Similarly, the other one, you can find it out for yourself, will be dx dz in the ay direction. So whatever be your question, accordingly you can take out what surface you have to take out. Depending on the surface that is given, you can differentiate it and take out your surface area. Then next, if there is a length, there is a surface, there has to be volume. Then let's talk about volume. Let's talk about volume, and that is differential volume. Well, basically coming back to the same cube as we had drawn earlier. Well, as you know, this cube's volume you can take out by multiplying all the 3 sides, and all the 3 coordinates are what? X, Y and Z. So basically you'll have no problem in taking out the differential volume, which will be a product of dx, dy and dz, and obviously it has no direction. Well, you can also do another thing to take out this differential volume, and that is you can basically multiply dl dl and ds, because you know length into surface is your volume. Anything you multiply this with this, then you know, if you multiply this with this or this with this, anything, you will get the same answer, and that is dx, dy, dz. Okay, so this was basically all about our Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, in the next class we'll be studying about cylindrical coordinate system. Okay, see you.